Something else you're passionate about is helping women prepare for postpartum. And that's, I will say, and I'm not here to trash talk OBs, but just reflecting on a lot of people's care and even friends and family I've had, and then, you know, what I received. It's not always really talked about that, like, you're going through this massive hormonal shift and things. So what are some things you tell women to, like, prepare for postpartum? I know there's different, like, rules, or kind of just like, not rules, but I just mean kind of like mental rules and boundaries that you help people kind of keep in mind as they prepare for their first, you know, whether it's the 40 days. I know there's the infamous book, The First 40 Days, or, you know, that first just sensitive period of either becoming a mom, or even after a second, third, fifth child. Like, it's still such a vulnerable time.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess you could say, like, the first 40 days, or like the 5-5-5 thing, what we always tell people. And I'm always surprised that, like, when we do have a hospital transfer, those moms are not told anything before they leave the hospital. I will get to their house like the day after they come home, and they're walking around and doing all the things, and like lifting things and doing chores and like doing the dishes, and yeah, so they're not being told at all what to expect, or like what to do once you get home, and probably because either they don't care or they don't know, like the staff at the hospital, that's just not what they're thinking about at all. So usually what we tell people is the very first week postpartum, and we just say like a week, like you could say 5 days, but I go ahead and round it up.
The first 2 days don't even count.
Round it up to a week. You really want to be, what I say is, on bed rest with bathroom privileges. So you don't have to like pee in a bedpan or anything, but you really just want to hang out in your bed, do mostly like laying around. You can, you know, get up and use the bathroom every couple of hours, go take a shower if you need to, but really just be mostly on bed rest, hang out in your room with your baby, and don't like walk around your house.
And is that mostly for physical reasons, or also just like mental, emotional, spiritual reasons as well? All of the above, probably? All
of the above, but honestly it is mostly for physical reasons, because the pelvic floor cannot handle like walking around
Yeah, it's a lot.
after something like that.
Yeah.
We always hear our like moms and grandmas say, after you have a baby, you're gonna have to wear a pad for the rest of your life, because every time you jump, every time you sneeze, every time you cough, you're gonna pee your pants.
That's not normal.
And that is not normal at all. It's just, it's been so common in our like older generations, because no one was told that the pelvic floor cannot handle getting up and even like walking around after giving birth. It's like, we can't be doing that.
Yeah, you were just stretched and changed so much. Like, it takes time for those tissues to repair.
Yeah, I mean, they're like all out of place, and like the uterus especially has stretched so much during pregnancy. Those ligaments have stretched so much, and the ligaments are what actually keep it where it's supposed to be. And once the baby is out of there, everything is very loose and flopping, and most people will notice, like, after giving birth, if you're trying to walk around, you feel very breathless and empty, and like your diaphragm is like sinking down, and everything just feels like super out of place. And it's because we're really not supposed to be walking around. It's horrible for your pelvic floor. So that's the first week, is we tell people just like be on bed rest, really. And then the second week, the key word is like lounging. So I say, you can go to other parts of your house, or like go sit outside if you want to, like go sit in your living room, go sit around, like just lounge around your house. You still don't want to do any kind of chores, no cooking, no cleaning, no lifting anything heavier than the baby. So for the whole first 2 weeks, I want people to just chill. And that feels like easy to say, or easy to like plan for. And then most women after like a couple of days in bed are like, I feel great. Like, I don't know what she's talking about. That was a crazy recommendation because I feel amazing. And then they get up and they start walking around, and then they're like, hey, my uterus feels like it's coming out of my vagina.
Yeah. You're like, it probably is, actually.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the whole idea is that we're trying to keep you feeling great throughout.
Stay on that track.
Yeah. And you're going to feel great. If you're doing all this, you're going to feel awesome. It's just whenever
Stay in it for the long game.
Yeah.
Though.
It's whenever you start like getting up and doing too much because you felt great and you felt like, my pelvic floor feels fine, my vagina feels great, like what's the problem? That's when people get up and they start doing too much. They bleed a whole lot more, and then end up having like the pelvic floor issues.
That stick around for actual years after, you know, like it could take a lot of time.
Life.
Yeah, it could take a lot of time to repair.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not having like extensive you know, pelvic floor physical therapy, or even sometimes for like severe cases surgery, then this is something that you could die with. Like this could be the rest of your life. And that's why like we hear even our grandmas, it's been probably 50 years since she's had a baby and she still is wearing a pad.
Yep. Wow. That's crazy to think about, because I think, especially again in our culture that is so fast paced and things, people just think, oh, it's fine, and oh, I'm going back to work, and oh, my husband went back to work, so I have to this. Like planning for help, learning to ask for help. Yeah. Those are all things you have to start to prepare your mind for months before, because we're, you know, it's hard to like ask for help in vulnerable situations.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of people don't have that help just naturally, so they have to like kind of like hire people or like create that support system. And I mean, paternity leave is something fairly new. Like grandma didn't have a husband with paternity leave.
No way.
And maternity leave as well. Like she probably also didn't get maternity leave if she was working. So that stuff is all really fairly new to like society. Before that, or like Western society, other cultures have been doing this forever. But yeah, we've definitely in the US, we've only just kind of started to like get time off for after giving birth, and like the dad now gets some like paid time off. Dad never got that before. Dad always had to like go to work the next day.
Yeah.
So you know, of course they had like all these other kids to take care of, and so it was just, things were different at the time, and they didn't have the support. But in other cultures, you know, the first 40 days or however long was like all the women banded together and like helped. Well,
in so many other cultures, there's so much more community. You have your aunts and your grandmas and people who come together and know you're about to go through this big change. And in, you know, our Western world, we're so isolated and individualized and stuff.
We're so isolated.
In such a vulnerable time where you're going through the hormonal shifts, the mental shifts, all your prioritizing. And I always just say, like, your brain literally turning inside out as a new human with a baby attached to you constantly.
So true.
To not have that type of cultural support, or that not be the norm, is a lot. You know, you have to really plan for it, or meal prep yourself, or like you said, hire help if needed, or like really have hard conversations with your mom or mother-in-law or sister-in-law, like, can you come over a couple times a week, or can you please, you know, help me organize a meal train, or like really think ahead. Don't be like, it'll be fine, I'll get it, I think I'll be good, because you are until you're not, and then you're stressed.
So hard for women in like our society to ask for help, because we're supposed to be, you know, in this new like feminist culture, like we're supposed to like be able to do it all and like not need any help, and if you need help, it's like a sign of weakness. And you know, I've definitely experienced that myself, just being like, no, like I can do it, I got it, I don't need any help, like I'm a great mom, like
well, and I don't think I ever, you know, nobody really like says that, but that's just kind of like how we, you know, like how our culture is right now. Because I remember even myself, I wouldn't say that I'm have a hard time asking for help. I never thought of that. But when you are in such a vulnerable state and you don't even know what you need and things, unless someone's like, hey, you want me to just finish up the dishes, or you have people willing to offer and like showing up for you, knowing that you're going through a lot and just like planning to just do things for you, it is very hard to ask. You're just looking at your pile of dishes or thinking about making dinner and you just want to cry. Like it does just seem like so much. And that's something that that's one, like, I don't know, maybe like takeaway tip that I could give someone that I've heard you guys talk about, and also just then I like experienced myself and I was like, oh, I see, is like having food ready, which seems so trivial or
seems so, like,
so
such a small
easy
thing.
But honestly, like my husband, and of course I wouldn't say I'm necessarily grateful for exactly how my birth panned out, and like healing from surgery was really intense in so many ways, but it forced me to rest where I really had no choice. I could not overdo it because I literally could barely stand up, and you know, it's just a whole different healing process. And so I'm really grateful for my husband because he was literally cooking me every meal. He specifically made sure he took more time off than he originally planned. Like there was things that we were forced to do the right way, which probably should have been how I healed anyways, but now we like have that perspective. And we were like looking at how much protein I was taking in. If I was feeling really emotional, we'd be like, wait, what did you eat today? Like he would kind of help me in that way. And it was a great perspective. And there were times where if I was feeling super emotional or just really overwhelmed, you know, you go through little phases. I would say overall postpartum, I think I did pretty good, but there are obviously like really challenging moments, and I was always like, wait, what did I have I hadn't really have lunch. You know, it was like any time that I wasn't even just fed, like that's when I was at my mental capacity of just not being able to handle all the other things you have to do as a mom, and figuring out breastfeeding, and now the baby's crying, and now I'm just so overstimulated. Well, it's like because I don't even have the nutrients I need. So even just keeping yourself fed and like making sure there's almost someone else on watch, because now your brain is like in survival mode to take care of another human. So I think it's easy to forget to take care of yourself. So assigning someone to yourself, be like, can you make sure I eat? Can you make sure there's meals? Can you just check in with me and make sure my water bottle's full, or whatever that is, whether it's someone stopping by or if your partner's, you know, with you for a certain amount of time. I think that is something I learned was so important that I didn't even realize I would need so much. But like literally just being fed and hydrated is like the key.
And you can't really like know that you're gonna need that unless someone tells you. Or you experience yourself.
Seems normal. You're like, yeah, of course I'm gonna eat.
Yeah, like I've always done it my whole life. So.
That's what I've always done it my whole life.
I tell people all the time that it actually is like really easy to take care of a newborn. Like that's not the hard part. It's taking care of yourself and a newborn. For sure. So having someone there to take care of you so that you can take care of the baby is huge. Totally. It's huge, and it's so needed, because otherwise like it's very hard to do both. It's very, very hard to do both. You got a good one that really. I know. I feel really on you hand and foot.
I really feel blessed, honestly, because that was just crazy. I ended up also just like tracking my food and stuff. Some people probably think I'm like a crazy person. Like when I tell people, yeah, I track everything I eat and stuff, they're like, what? You don't just eat intuitively? I need to know, and I need to see it. So like I remember after we came home from the hospital, I was like feeling wild, you know, for a lot of reasons, I'm sure, but I was just like, I don't know, I don't think I'm doing great all of a sudden. Like my mind like felt fuzzy and stuff. And my husband's like, wait, what have you had? And you know, in our mind, I was thinking, well, I need protein, so drink like a bone broth or something, or a protein shake, or like I was thinking obviously protein's important for healing, but then your brain needs carbs and we need energy. So I'm like, I need to, you know, like have whatever it was, I don't know, like oatmeal or whatever. And then there was a moment when I was having this, I don't want to say mental breakdown, when I was like, I don't know, babe, like I'm just really not feeling good. And he's like, let me just track what you've had today. Because I track what I eat almost every day in my MyFitnessPal, but that I hadn't, because I'd been in the hospital, you know. And he grabbed my phone and looked and just plugged in what I'd had, and I'd had like no fat. Because I kept being like, I need protein. Oh, I don't think I've had carbs. My head hurts. And just like protein and carbs for some reason were like all that was on my mind. But like good, healthy fats for breast milk, for your brain is like so important. So we started putting like ghee in my bone broth, and, you know, like having all these healthy fats. And I was like, felt so much better. So it's just crazy that some women are just kind of eating what sounds good, or a lot of people are finally ready for that raw tuna that they've been waiting to have their whole pregnancy, and like some of that doesn't serve your digestion very well, and there's other things you should plan to eat much more intentionally, and like make sure you're just getting just the nutrients you need to feel your best, so you're not expending energy trying to break down terrible food or fast food, or what I mean, different things like that.
During breastfeeding, it's even harder because you need more calories when you're breastfeeding. And that's another thing that I think is lost on most people, that we're not just like going on a diet as soon as this baby, like trying to lose all the baby weight. I definitely did that with my first baby, just as a teenager, not knowing, how important it was to feed myself. I thought, well, now's the time. Like I'm losing this weight right now. So that's another thing that, just comes with like counseling. You need roughly on average 300 extra calories per day when you're pregnant. And then you need about 500 extra calories per day.
More than the 500, more than the 300?
500 more than just normal
baseline.
Pre-pregnancy baseline. So it's an extra couple hundred calories that you need even like before.
Yeah, that's wild. Nobody knows that or talks about it.
Nobody talks about that. That like you need even more nutrients. It's even harder to like feed yourself and make sure that you're getting not only just the calories that you need, but like all the different food groups and the vitamins and minerals, and it's even harder. And now you've got a baby to like take care of, and so all of that was way easier when you're pregnant. And also during pregnancy, like you're having cravings and
you can kind of eat whatever.
You're eating all kinds of stuff. Your body's telling you what to eat, and now suddenly all your brain can think about is like keep the baby alive.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, did I eat? Which is crazy because before I was pregnant, I used to be the kind of person who'd be like, wait, did I have lunch? I don't know, and just have a bigger dinner then, or just accidentally skip breakfast and not even think about it. But once I was pregnant, I was like, first of all, just accountable to myself. Like, okay, I'm growing a human, but also like I was so much hungrier. So I think just like being in tune with that. And I think that's something that's also so important with like the 40 days of rest and stuff, as I've read that book specifically, but even just in conversations through group and stuff, is when you take that time to not only bond with your baby, but allow your body to rest and not rush back into everyday things, even grocery shopping, or just like things that may even just seem not that hard. But when you're doing so many task-oriented things soon after birth, within 30 days, not just a few days, but within 30 days, you aren't as intuitive with what your body would need, or why I was, maybe if I was just so busy, I would just think, oh, like postpartum is wild, and just keep moving. What I need to slow down and be like, what have I eaten? Let me, write it all down. Let me like take the time to like have that much intention. I think had so much to do with like the recovery postpartum. And if you rush back into stuff, you can't do that. I love that
you did that. That's like just taking that extra step and like taking care of yourself, and even just like thinking about yourself still, because a lot of people don't think that they need anything after having and that's just so, and that's like the way that we're hardwired. Like we're, as a mother, we immediately flip the switch from like I'm taking care of myself and like it's just me, to I have to keep the baby alive. So I really love that you guys were so intentional about that after you had your baby. I was so impressed.
I will say, I think I honestly, I don't know, maybe it would have come natural in other ways if I would have had a vaginal birth, but I think maybe if you have such a smooth birth, maybe it would have been easier for me to think like, oh, then everything else is gonna just keep going great, whereas I was kind of almost like in crisis mode, like we have to do this right. And so I think that gave me a lot of passion to like make sure. I remember, I think it was probably like my 2-week appointment, and then maybe again even at my 6-week appointment, when I'm like, can I start like doing a little bit of stretching or a little walking? And then I think I saw one of the other midwives at my 6-week appointment. They're like, no, not yet. And I'm just like, these midwives are so mean. I'm just kidding. No, you actually care, and you like were holding me accountable to not overdo it because I had surgery, but also I feel like it probably would have been the same no matter what.
Yeah.
It's like, no, just respect your body and your boundaries. Just take it slow. I think there was one time because I used to do a lot of yoga and stuff, and I was on like in my bed still, resting a lot, healing from surgery. I was like, I just want to do a few like cat cows, I just really wanted to like get a little stretch in, even though y'all told me not to. I'm like, I'm not going to push it, but I would just want to move my body a little bit. And I did. And the first time I like literally let my belly like kind of drop, and so I'm like, this is why they said not to do it. I'm like, I'm done. immediately no. And I wasn't like anything crazy, but I was just like, okay, I don't know if I should be doing this, I'm like, why am I trying to push it so hard, which some people might try to go for a run or something that's much more intense. So I just listen to your providers and respect your body, ease back into things. I think,
just the slowness is, I really appreciate that. One thing that I have told a few people before, I don't know if I've ever told you, but after I gave birth the first time in the hospital, I had a provider come by, like, I think it was like maybe the day before I was discharged. And she said, it's going to be very important for you to start doing crunches right away as soon as you get home, because your core is just like jello right now. And I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Oh my gosh. What?
So of course I get home and like my body hurts so bad. Like there's no way.
Did you try to do crunches?
No, my body hurt so bad, but I felt really guilty that I wasn't, and that I was just like
this is what my doctor told me to do.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, I know I should be doing crunches right now, but it feels really wrong. Like I don't even think I can.
Yeah.
And so it was only like years after that I found out that was the worst thing that I could have possibly
so wild.
done as soon as I got home.
Where does stuff like that come from?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Women are being told that.
People are
all
being
the time.
told that. I don't know how many people are saying it, but there's at least one person.
Her still probably tells
one
people.
One person out there.
That's crazy.
Saying, and my own mom, I remember like growing up hearing like her postpartum stories and stuff, and like one of the first things she did, she said she like got out, she left the birth center the same day, and the next day she went to it wasn't Walmart. It was like Walgreens. No, it was Kmart.
Kmart. Oh yes, it has to be Kmart.
Right
yeah, it matters. It definitely matters.
Yeah, she says I went to Kmart the next day, just walking around Kmart with the baby, and she said like her milk came in like in Kmart, and so like
there's so much happening. Why am I in Kmart right now?
but
crazy.
It was never like I shouldn't have gone there, or like physically it was really hard or anything like that. It was just that like the main part of that story was that someone said like, how far along are you, because she still had like the pregnant belly, and it like hurt her feelings so bad, and like then she heard a baby cry and her milk came in for the first time, and like she's in Kmart.
That's so wild.
And
so these are the reasons you should spend time in bed. Your body's changing. You're not emotionally ready to see people.
But no one,
so much happening.
No one has like these stories from their mom where their mom's like, I was in bed for the whole first like 2 weeks of your life. No one's mom did that.
And it shows in their pelvic floor.
Yeah, after I had even like my second baby, my first baby, I had to rest because I had severe SPD during pregnancy, but then like after it didn't go right away, and then I was just super sore from the birth, and so I was pretty much a couch potato, and I wasn't really able to do a whole lot for the first week or two, which probably was a blessing. But the second time I felt awesome. Obviously I had like a really smooth home birth, and I went shopping a week later at Target,
Not Kmart. Target now.
No, Kmart was kind of going out.
Yeah, it's all about Target now. It's amazing.
So my sister actually, she didn't have any kids at the time, not for a long time after that, but she said, hey, I'm going to be in St. Augustine tomorrow. Do you want to like take the baby
and get out of the house a little bit?
Have like a whole shopping day? And I was like, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, bad idea.
Oh my gosh, we like went out to eat. We went to multiples. I think we went to like Bed Bath and Beyond.
Wow.
We went to Target. Target was the last place. And as I was standing in line to check out, I felt my whole pelvic floor. I was like, something is wrong. And I sat down.
In the floor?
On the floor, in the line, in like the checkout line. And I was like, something's coming out of me. And something is not right here. And I went home. I called my midwife and I was like, I think I had like a prolapse today. I'm feeling something down there. It doesn't feel good. And she was like, yeah, you need to like be on bed rest for a couple more days.
You're like, yeah, I definitely wasn't. Oops.
Not at all.
Darn it.
Well, no one told me.
Yeah.
No one told me. And I mean, you feel pretty good, like especially after having a home birth or like a natural birth, you feel pretty dang good.
Yeah, like strong, empowered even mentally and everything. You're like, then I can do everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like my cautionary tale that I tell.
Cautionary tale.
Yeah. I tell clients that all the time. Like, so I'm sure tons of clients have heard that story because I'm like, you feel great until you're in Target.
Sitting on the floor and regretting everything. Yes. That's wild.
And then, and then I don't know what was coming out of me that day, but it was not what was supposed to. Yeah,
you should be in bed. So if you're wondering what the whole point of the rest of this podcast towards the end was, just stay in bed. Allow yourself to rest. There's so many women who I talk to who haven't gone the midwife route who just say like, I was just like ready to get out of the house and I was ready to blah, 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 you know, and it's just like, it's okay. It's okay to rest. It's okay to listen to your body before when you're pregnant and preparing, but also postpartum. That's what I've loved most about working with midwives, but specifically you and Modern Midwives and the beautiful practice that you've created. So thank you for all that you have poured into the practice and the community and everything. It's highly impacted me and many other women. I can speak for them and say, because I'm in all the crunchy mom groups and stuff, and you guys come very highly recommended. Everyone is like, I wish I was having more babies just so that I could work with Modern Midwives. Aww. Like, I hear that so much, actually.
That's so sweet.
Literally, everybody says that. And that's how I felt. I'm like, gosh, I can't wait to be pregnant again and just like walk through the whole process. Like, you guys make it so much fun in a way. You know, it's like obviously very vulnerable. There's parts that go kind of crazy in some scenarios like my own, but you ladies, I should say, make it manageable and you help women walk through it and process and stuff, and it's just been such a blessing. Yeah,
that is the whole goal. We love it, and that like we're like high off of it all the time.
It's amazing. I mean, I feel like this podcast could easily be 17 hours because you have so much knowledge and value and experience. So thank you for taking even just a quick hour to share some of what you know. I really feel like it'll bless a lot of moms. And
thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Of course.
I really enjoyed it. I love talking. It's like my passion, all of it. So I love talking about it.
Yeah. It's going to bless a lot of people. So I'm really excited. Thank you.